Hello boys and girls, in this video I will explain about one of the components in literature, which is theme. Are you ready? Let's get started. What is theme? Theme is an important element of literature. In literature, theme is the key message that the writer wants to get across. Don't get confused with the main idea. Main idea is like a summary of the story. Let's put it this way, when you read a story, what is it about? Is it about a woman who meet a man and they fall in love? Or about the woman has complicated relationship with her parents? Or the story is about the good guy versus the bad villain, with a lot of fightings? Of course, your story may have more than one theme. So, how do we identify theme? Firstly, you can look at the characters in the story. Secondly, you can see the settings where and when the story takes place. Thirdly, you can look at the plot that make up a story. Lastly, you can observe the conflict or struggle faced by the characters to reach the ending. Let's take a look at life of Pi. After surviving a shipwreck, Pi struggled for his life on against seemingly impossible odds, like stranded on a lifeboat in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with a tiger. So the theme in life of Pi is courage and the struggle to survive. How about the theme in Pride and Prejudice? A satirical and social critique on social status and the expectation of women during the 18th century. The story also tells about love, in which there are many events of inequality between men and women when committing a relationship. Pride and Prejudice also covers the theme social class. The characters in Pride and Prejudice have tendency to judge one another based on the preconceptions rather than on who they really are and what they actually do. Let's move on to the Jazz Age, about a wealthy American tycoon who discovers that money cannot buy happiness. He did crimes to make money to impress a woman, Daisy, and the rampant materialism that characterize her lifestyle. The theme in The Great Gatsby are the era of decadence and cynicism, greed and the seeking of pleasures that will never last. Okay, enough with the story of the dark side of money and wealth. In Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, the message that he's trying to convey is that poverty and homelessness may bring many evils. The story is about a group of young orphan boys trained to pickpocket in order to survive. The story also tells how evils can be killed by kindness. It is important to not get confused with theme and moral of the story. Remember, theme is far more general, while moral of the story is a specific lesson that the author trying to teach. Let's see the example in Romeo and Juliet. Yes, it is obvious that the story is about how love conquers all. That is the theme. The moral of the story, however, is to not let our ego rules our life, like the fight between the families of Romeo and Juliet. Now that we come to the end of the video, let's see how understanding theme can make you a better reader and storyteller. Firstly, it will spark your curiosity and gain your attention. Secondly, it enhances your comprehension of literature work. And lastly, to see the author's belief and worldview through their works. Next time, if you read a literature work, list down the themes that you can find from the story. Perhaps it will inspire you to live a better life in some ways.